today I'm back again with my wheelchair, and I thought I'd show you some things that I use which are really practical, or I just think it looks quite nice. So there's probably going to be a few cuts where I'm moving the wheelchair around to show you different parts of it, and also I will be putting in some photos as well. The first thing I wanted to talk about is actually this little bag here. You might not have actually been able to notice that this was here, but this is called a pannier bag, and it just means that the bag sits with you in your wheelchair and you can have really easy access to things. This was something that I didn't get for a very long time, and actually I didn't know this sort of thing existed. I've seen a lot of backpacks which they're great because they hold a lot, but when you're sitting in your wheelchair it's not practical for you to either be reaching around. I actually can't really reach into the backpack myself, so having a bag like this is really helpful. I first saw this on a pushchair and then realised that wheelchairs did a similar thing. So yeah, this is called a pannier bag. I'll have the spelling up here so that you can search it, and I'll also link one in the description. Okay, so moving on to the back of the wheelchair. This is the backpack I have on my wheelchair. This was just from a regular shop, so this one is from Typo, but any backpack really can fit on your bag. You just put the straps over the handles, and then if you've got bits like this, then you can just tuck them into the backrest there. I think using a backpack on a wheelchair isn't really a new tip or anything, but this is the one I use on my wheelchair, and actually it's made me feel a lot more comfortable with using my wheelchair. Yeah, I don't know, I just think it adds a bit of personality to it, and I really like this bag anyway. And then moving on to something which doesn't really have a practical purpose are these spoke guards. I think you can see them here. So I've put blue ones on and I just think they look quite cool. You can get them off eBay, so they come in a packet like this. I've got blue, which is what I have on my wheels, and then I also ordered a pink set. These are literally like £1 or £2, so it's not really expensive if you want to get a few colours. The pink I thought looked a bit much with the bag, so I went with the blue. What I will say about these is that they are very tricky to get on, and actually they're quite a bit harder than I expected. If you've got EDS hands or arthritic hands, I don't know why I'm naming conditions, if you've got difficulties or problems with your hands, then maybe this isn't a good idea. And since it's something that doesn't have a practical use, you're not really missing out anyway. But if you do have good use of your hands and you want to personalise your wheelchair, this is a really good option. And as you can probably tell with these wheels that have the blue spoke guards on, these are my normal wheels that go with the wheelchair. We're in my friend's room, and I think she's just got back. We've actually moved her whole room around to do this, so let's let her come in and see what she thinks about it. I'm doing my wheelchair accessories and adaptations video. Yes. I've only got 4 things on it. So we very nearly made it through the video, but not quite. So I hope you enjoyed seeing Lydia there. So moving on to the video, we almost made it through. I've got one more thing, and I don't use it very often, but actually it is kind of a necessity for me, and I feel a bit self-conscious using it, but it's one of those things that if you have to do it, you just have to do it. I've got quite severe autonomic dysfunction, and so I have a wheelchair cozy. I'll put it on the wheelchair and show you what this looks like. So this is what it looks like when it's on the wheelchair. It basically is like a big sleeping bag, and I normally call it the wheelchair sleeping bag. If I need it, I'll just say to my friends, by the way, we're taking the wheelchair sleeping bag. If you get really cold, then these are worthwhile to have. Last year I was getting really unwell from being cold. My heart rate would really slow down, and that's unusual for me because normally my problem is tachycardia, but I'd just get so cold that it would slow my heart rate down. I'd feel really ill, and then even after being inside I couldn't warm up. So even though I don't find this the most fashionable thing, if I am going to be outside for an extended period of time, then I don't really have a way around this. And I mean, it looks cosy. I would, if I saw that when I was out, I'd probably be like, oh, I wish I was in there. But you can get some printed ones, but because I don't use it very often, this is just the most basic one you can find when you look it up. And this is all really like furry and fluffy, and it's waterproof, so I'll link it in the description. As I was saying to Lydia, I've realised now that I've only actually got like 4 things to show you on it. I don't think I'd like it if it was too crazy and like had stickers and stuff all over it, but these things really work for me and make me feel more comfortable, and I find it more practical when I'm out. So I hope you found this helpful. I also have a power assist, so like potentially that could be considered a adaptation or accessory thing, but I have a whole separate video on that, so I'll link that up here. I still haven't learned which side it's on, so you can watch that video if you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! And before I go, if you have any suggestions of accessories or practical things that you have on your wheelchair, leave them below so that me and my viewers can read through them. I've tried to put a cup holder on here, but it didn't fit. So cup holder or walking stick or crutch holder can also be helpful, but none of them fit on my wheelchair. So yeah, that's everything. See you in the next video.